You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily, and we are going to be having a very interesting conversation. You know, anything that has to do with tourism, I'm all in so much for that. And that is why this particular topic that we're going to be chatting on is something very exciting. Now we are going all the way to the Vodza region to Keta Lagoon. Now interesting happenings, you know, coming up. That's on the 8th of April, and we have a regatta and some swimming activities that will be happening there. Now I have a lady and a gentleman to tell us much more about this. I'm very excited, you know, because some interesting water sports will be happening, and this is going to be some aquatourism, you know, if you want to put it in that way. Now we have Citi Gajekpo. Am I right?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Co-founder of Vodza Ecotourism Initiative and Fafa Kole, communicator, Vodza Ecotourism Initiative. Lady, gentlemen, you are very welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So whose phone is ringing?
It's not ringing.
Okay. I wanted to punish somebody, but it's okay. You've absolved yourself. Anyway, so let's come to you. Tell us much more about what is going to be happening. In fact, the whole Vodza Ecotourism Initiative and all that. Give us much more about that.
Okay. So the Vodza Ecotourism Initiative came about as a result of a few of us coming together to figure out how we can boost.
Okay, so when you say a few of us, who are the
So-
few of you?
A few indigents of the Vodza village coming together to figure out how we can boost and revive the economy in Vodza and generally in the whole Keta area. So Vodza is a small fishing village within the Keta district. Of course, it's situated on the coast of Anglo area.
Okay.
Yes. So over the years, Keta used to be a very bustling trading location.
Yeah.
And over the years, this has dwindled, especially since the construction of the Tema Harbour in 1962. So the harbour and fishing port activities dwindled. So now we're left with fishing as a primary source of income for most people. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of poverty and so on and so forth. So we thought we will come up with an idea of using the existing natural resources to boost the economy. So needless to say, the first thing that came to our mind was ecotourism.
Yeah.
And ecotourism, because as a result of the sea defense project, we now have 7 man-made islands.
Okay.
And which attracts migratory birds. We have marshlands. We have unique species of plants and so on and so forth. Pristine, beautiful beaches.
Wow.
And we thought we can bring attention to the area to boost the economy. So we discussed with the community and they embraced this idea and even came up with the idea of boat race and a regatta for the fishermen.
Okay, interesting. You know, I think it's very ideal because if people can also create some kind of tourism, some kind of adventure, some kind of, you know, game, for want of a better word, out of their profession, out of their trade, I think it goes a long way, you know, because a lot of things happen while you go to sea. So if they can, you know, dramatize this for people to appreciate, I think it's a step in the right direction. But you're very beautiful too.
Thank you.
Right, so give us, so we've mentioned that we wanted to change things. We wanted to also throw more light on what the fishermen were doing. Aside this, give me about 5 objectives, you know, of what really you want to achieve with this.
Okay, so the Vodza Ecotourism Initiative, some of the objectives are to give livelihood to the people because as this program is organized, you know, people will come around, tourists will come around. And as they come around, I mean, the food that they are going to eat, the people there will be preparing the food and then they'll buy. And so this is an alternative livelihood that we are giving them. And so to ensure that the natural resources that we have there are conserved, you know, so the initiative actually sought to ensure that whatever resources we have, we maintain it for posterity, okay? Now that fishing is going down, I mean, the fishing catch is dwindling, I mean, to ensure that people get other sources of income, you know? So these are some of the things that the initiative is coming along with.
Okay.
When we do this thing annually, we attract a lot of people. Tourists come there. and it will help to develop the place.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
so we're talking about looking at the potential that we have and then expanding it. For example, if people will always migrate to Accra because there are no jobs,
Yeah.
and then this thing is done, it will give the people job to do as well.
That's true. It will even bring more investment because now people are coming in. You mentioned that the people really embraced it and are excited about it, but who is funding it?
So
because I know this would take a lot of
this-
money
that-
to do.
That's an excellent question. So the first one we did was last year in response to the idea that was
Oh,
brought
it's done
on.
or it's happened already?
Yes, we did. We
Okay.
had the first one last year,
Okay.
Easter. And
How was
Easter,
it?
It was fantastic. It was
Okay.
very successful. Because, as you know, in Ghana, Easter is kind of like the homecoming period
Yes.
for most people.
Yeah.
So everybody goes home for Easter. So we also, in the Keta area, we go home for Easter.
Yeah.
So it was extremely successful. And like he said, it actually also encourages alternative livelihood and skills
Yeah.
and livelihood for the indigents there. So back to your question, who's funding it? We ourselves, meaning that there's a group of us that came up with the idea. So for last year, we funded it ourselves. This year, mostly we're funding it ourselves for obvious reasons. Because when you knock on the door of corporates, because of the situation, economic situation, the challenges.
But still appeal to them because you are also in Ghana. You're also
Yes.
going through the economic challenges.
Absolutely.
But you found a way to, you know, promote your
Yes.
area. So, I mean, there are other people, well-meaning Ghanaians who are from Keta.
Yes.
They should all join forces and do
I
this.
agree with you.
Talk to them.
I agree with you. So, my
Yeah.
fellow Keta people, it's believed that build it and they will come. We built it last year. It was successful. So we're appealing on individuals, high net worth individuals. We're appealing to corporate bodies that have interest in the Keta area. Some of them are even selling their goods and services and taking advantage of the economy there.
Exactly.
Please come out and support us. It's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It's important to bring attention to the lack of development in the area, and this is one way by which we can, you know, encourage development in the Keta area.
Super. Now, just quickly run us through on the 8th of April, what is going to happen? How does the day look like?
So on the 8th of April,
Yes.
at about 6 a.m., all roads must lead to the Keta Lagoon.
You bet.
Yeah. The first thing we'll be having, of course, we are inviting the MCE, Imano Gamaga. He's going to give some speeches. And there will be a couple of speeches. After that, the women's group
Okay.
will start the boat racing.
Whoa.
Sure. The women group are going to start it.
Wow.
After that, there are 8 men group who will be doing it.
Okay.
Okay? When that is done, we'll now have the swimming competition.
Okay.
Right after that, we'll have the display of our local dishes.
Now you guys have some amazing dishes. You know, we just had
Jenkle and Bobby
all
Tagi.
the Ple families, you know, all the Chi families, Amadechi, something Chi,
Sure,
something Akple.
sure.
Yes.
I mean, all that. We just had back to Village Food Bazaar. And
Yes.
God, the foods from Vodza
Yeah.
region.
You have to
Yeah.
be there to enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right after that, we'll have cultural display.
Okay.
Talk about Agbaja,
Bobo.
Gajo, Bobo, and all that.
Uh-huh.
And so, look, we are inviting the corporate world,
Yeah.
I mean, corporate Ghana tourists to come around to support this good initiative. We believe that Vodza has a lot of potential.
Yes.
Come help, let's develop it so that the people have something doing. Last year, it was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. People who came around were so happy and were asking for more.
Yeah.
And so if we all come together, I mean, we'll have a nice program every year.
Super.
Yeah.
Super.
So I wanted to say that
Yeah.
aside from the food bazaar, there are also sites that can be visited. So if you have children, come with your children. This is a family trip. So aside from the regatta, the food bazaar, we also have 2 sites that definitely must be visited. The first is Fort Prinsenstein, which was a slave fort, which
Yeah.
was built by the Danes and then sold to the British later on. It's still in pristine order and very interesting history. And then the lighthouse in Way, which is still being used today. So
Okay.
please come out and support us.
We will come out to support. No, it sounds interesting, you know. We haven't even lived it, but Man, from the talks, you can tell that is on Saturday, right?
Yes,
Saturday.
It's going to be an
8th April.
amazing time. And so just make sure, log this on your calendar. On Saturday, that is just a few days away, we are going to Vodza. You know, it is going to be action-packed. Go see how it is done, you know, the regatta, the swimming, the food, and of course, the dances that come with it. But most importantly, support with money, because it costs so much, you know, to put stuff like this together. Sese and Fafa, thank you very, very much, and wish you all the best. Have an amazing event on Saturday.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.
All right.